You are not Denzel. Eddie Murphy was advised by Sidney Poitier to not star in Spike Lee's Oscar-nominated biopic movie. Eddie Murphy, Sidney Poitier, and Denzel Washington are three of the greatest black actors to ever grace the silver screen. Widely considered one of the greatest comedians of all time, Murphy rose to fame as a stand-up comic and on Saturday Night Live before becoming a movie star during the 1980s and 1990s, starring in several successful studio comedies. However, it wasn't until 2007 that Murphy earned an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actor for his performance in the musical drama Dreamgirls. On the other hand, Sidney Poitier was the first African-American actor to be nominated for and to win the Academy Award for Best Actor for the Defiant Ones in 1959 and Lilies of the Field in 1964, respectively. Poitier remained the only one to win the award until 38 years later, when Denzel Washington won for 2001's Training Day. Coincidentally, Washington won on the same night that Poitier received an honorary Oscar. However, years earlier, Murphy and Washington almost starred together in a biopic, but it was Poitier who advised against it. Sidney Poitier advised Eddie Murphy not to star in Malcolm X, telling him, "You are not Denzel Washington." Directed by Spike Lee, based on the autobiography of Malcolm X by Alex Haley, the 1992 biopic stars Washington as a titular African-American activist and chronicles his early life as a small-time gangster to his ministry as a member of the Nation of Islam and his eventual assassination. The movie also stars Angela Bassett, Albert Hall, Al Freeman Jr., and Delroy Lindo. In Apple TV's new documentary, number 1 on the call sheet, Black Leading Men in Hollywood, Eddie Murphy opened up about how Sidney Poitier advised him to star in Malcolm X. The movie was originally going to be directed by Norman Jewison, having previously directed Poitier on In the Heat of the Night, who cast Washington before Spike Lee took over as director. Murphy was approached about playing Alex Haley, but Poitier advised against it, telling him, "You are not Denzel Washington." Read Murphy's full story below. Eddie Murphy admits that he didn't know if Sidney Poitier's advice was an insult or a compliment, but he clearly didn't put him in the same category as Denzel Washington or Morgan Freeman. It's understandable since, at the time, Murphy wasn't known as a dramatic actor, as his Oscar nod for Dreamgirls didn't come until 2007. In the end, Spike Lee's Malcolm X didn't even feature Alex Haley as a character. It's unclear if Poitier's advice had any effect on Eddie Murphy, but it could have contributed to him continuing to star in comedies for well over the next decade.